4 quarters of Notre Dame football.
He's met by Alohi Gilman with a nasty hit. Chase Claypool reaches across the goal line. Touchdown Irish. Still moving. Chris Fink inside the 20-yard line. Down he goes.
No matter what happens, we stay together.
Intercepted by Jalen Elliott.
Look, a great fake. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame collects a 38-7 road victory over the Duke Blue Devils. Welcome to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. I'm Darren Pritchett, joined by former Notre Dame linebacker Corey Mays. Well, Corey, in this contest, the Irish built an early lead. How were they able to maintain the advantage throughout the ballgame?
I think it was by starting fast. You know, you're facing another team on the road after a bye week, their bye week. I think they were able to find the touchdown a lot more easier than fans were able to find the ACC broadcast. But I think it was just the culmination, just starting fast and wanting to control the ball on the ground.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. The Fighting Irish taking on the Duke Blue Devils. The Blue Devils entered this contest coming off a bye, and they had lost their previous 2 games to Virginia and North Carolina. Ian Book and the Fighting Irish last week, the come-from-behind win against Virginia Tech. Book early on finds Chris Fink 14 yards for an Irish first down. That was a 3rd down conversion. First down and 10, Book in the pocket, lobs it near side, and Claypool leaps and makes the catch, a reception for 30 yards. On 3rd down and 10, another conversion. Book over the middle to Fink, another Fighting Irish first down. 3rd down and 6 from the Duke 18-yard line, and Book again finds Fink. He carries tacklers into the end zone for a Notre Dame touchdown.
You see the tight end runs the seam right up here, right up the middle of the field. The linebacker does not adjust on Chris Fink running the end, touchdown Irish.
That was Fink's 2nd touchdown reception of the season.
And we're kicking.
Irish up 7-0, and here is Jameer Smith. He breaks an arm tackle, and he's off to the races. Smith will pick up 40 yards. He's knocked out of bounds at the Duke 26-yard line. Irish in the red zone. Book to Chase Claypool from 7 yards out. A Notre Dame touchdown, and that slant route gives Notre Dame a 14-0 advantage.
0 blitz, man coverage. There's no help on the inside. This DB has to line up inside.
Really good performance by the Irish defense tonight. And there's a good solid play by Khalid Kareem, a loss of 1. And then it's the combination of Asmar Bilal and Julian Aquara. And that's a nice tackle to force a 3rd down and long. And on 3rd down and 9, good pressure by Aquara. Elliott, excellent coverage. And it's an incomplete pass. So far in the contest, Duke with only 1 first down. Up 14-0. How about Sebo Flemister, 11 yards and a first down carry. And then here's a little bit of a switch up. Plan runs for Ian Book. This works well. 45 yards all the way down to the Duke 5-yard line. At that point in the ball game, Book with 81 yards rushing. It's Sebo Flemister getting the call. He follows the right side of the offensive line. He takes it in from 2 yards out for a touchdown, and it's 21-0 Irish.
Sebo follows his blockers on this right side. It's great to see this physical football.
4th rushing touchdown for Flemister this year. Duke gets on the board. Aaron Young over-the-shoulder catch from 29 yards out, and Duke trails 21-7 at halftime. As we take a look at the first half stats, a really good rushing performance for Notre Dame.
Very lopsided as far as stats. They controlled the ball on the ground. It was great to see such physicality from this team on the road.
The Fighting Irish in good shape, going to halftime leading 21-7. We'll take a look at the second half highlights next on Inside Notre Dame Football.
Thomas Aquinas tells us to love both those whose opinions we share and those whose opinions we reject.
There's always a line.
For they all help us in our search for truth.
You get what I'm saying? Like, all we're doing is shouting.
This land was made for you and
atmosphere on this campus, in that stadium, doesn't happen anywhere else but here at Notre Dame.
This tradition, this history is about great teams.
A great field, great atmosphere. This is why you play at Notre Dame.
Here come the Irish. Jalen Elliott intercepted. Book. End zone touchdown. Chase Claypool hit by Kareem. Julian O'Quark. Gilman's got it again. Jafar Armstrong.
Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. He's former Notre Dame linebacker Corey Mays. I'm Darren Pritchett. Good, solid first half for Notre Dame. They come out of halftime with a 14-point lead. Let's take a look at the third quarter highlights from Durham, North Carolina. The defense makes a play early on in the third quarter as Troy Pride Jr. picks off Harris, and he's going to return the football into Duke territory. The Irish defense on course today as they slow down this Duke offense, and you see Pride taking it all the way to the Blue Devil 45-yard line. Book over the middle, another slant. Claypool carries tacklers 23 yards for an Irish first down. Why not go back to Claypool once again? This time, a 35-yard reception. Good adjustment by Claypool grabbing that football. Third down and goal for the Irish. Book into the end zone. Chris Fink, the touchdown, his second of the night.
You run the motion, you run Chris Fink to the flat defenders. It's very hard to cover him. It kind of creates a natural pick.
28-7 Notre Dame. Third down and one, another Book rush. He's off to the races. A 53-yard carry for Book down to the Duke 13-yard line. He finishes with 139 rushing yards. Jonathan Dorr connects on a 34-yard field goal. Notre Dame's lead was 31-7. Well, Fink with 2 touchdown receptions in the game. Now he makes a play on special teams. Look at this punt return. Weaving through traffic, he's going to go 46 yards before he's tackled at the Duke 13-yard line. And Book another touchdown pass, this time to backup tight end George Takis. The leaping catch, and the Irish have a 38-7 advantage over Duke.
This looks like this was going to George no matter what. Brock Wright is standing there wide open. I guess there was an agreement or a promise before this play, but touchdown Irish.
Ryan Kelly shakes the hand of David Cutcliffe after Notre Dame beats Duke by a final score of 38-7. And Corey, you're a defensive player. You got to be proud of the Irish defense tonight, holding Duke to just 197 yards.
Well, the defense showed up today, and they did their job. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, get Duke in a lot of 3 and outs and get the ball back to your offense. You really couldn't ask much more from them, except for that one blemish, that one touchdown pass. I don't know what that was exactly, but, you know, they played to a standard today.
Clark Lee's defense held Duke to just 10 first downs in the ballgame. A 38-7 Fighting Irish victory over Duke. Notre Dame is now 7-2. More Inside Notre Dame Football is coming up, presented by TireRack.com.
42!
Maxwell looking deep.
In this moment, it doesn't matter who you voted for, how much money you make, or where you were born. In this moment, the only thing that matters is football.
Along with Corey Mays, I'm Darren Pritchett. Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football following the Irish's 38-7 victory over Duke. A really solid performance by Irish quarterback Ian Book. Ran for 139 yards. He threw for 181. It's time to hear from the Irish quarterback.
I mean, with a lot of man, obviously quarterback run is good. Get someone else in the blocking for you, but it wasn't like a huge statement want to come out and run and rush the quarterback a ton. But it worked out great, and we were able to move the ball, and all those guys did a great job blocking for me. I was able to get through all my progressions, but again, with them playing man, Fink's hard to guard. He's able to. He's a really smart receiver, so he's able to find those holes in the defense. And I mean, really, this week he was doing a great job of getting separation, and worked out perfectly tonight.
Through your progressions and sort of hanging in the pocket, is this the best you felt you've done these things this year?
I think it's a good stepping stone. Yeah, I felt very comfortable. The O-line did a great job tonight. Receivers did a great job of getting separation at the right times and knowing kind of our chemistry where they were going to be at the right time. So I feel like this is probably the best game.
Was there something this week, or do you feel like this is sort of coming?
No, I've just been working on it, and I was able to. We wanted to come down here and make a statement and get a big road win, and it's on me every week. I say it to get my job, to get the ball to the playmakers. So, I really focused on that all week, and I was able to work out.
Ian, what's more fun, a game like last week, high stress, or a game like this week?
I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question, but a win is a win, and it's hard to win. Coach Kelly just said that when we were meeting. It's hard to win in college football, and we're gonna. At the end of the day, we want to get a W, and that's what it takes. And no matter how, last week, team showed. We saw some adversity early, and we were able to stay in there and get the win. And tonight, going up a little bit, not letting off the gas, that was important for us too. So, it's just a different way to get a win. But at the end of the day, we just want the W. I need to get faster. I need to get in the end zone. I was kind of upset about that, but fast DBs, they caught me. It's good. I was able to get the first down and make some big chunk plays, but. I want to get in the end zone, so I thought I was, honestly. So I got hawked twice.
Were you worried about Chase at all when he had to miss plays there?
Yeah, I was obviously worried for him, but I mean that kid is tough. He's come back a ton after bumps, bruises, injuries, and he cares about this team. So I knew he was going to come back, and you put a ball up there, he's not going to shy away from it. That's not who he is, and he was able to make plays for us tonight.
Has the noise on the outside died down, and what do you think you learned or gained from that experience?
Not really sure if it's died down. I don't pay much attention to it, but I learned that it's really the guys that matter, the guys on the team. And Notre Dame, you play at Notre Dame for big games, and it's part of it. You get a lot of haters, and it's just the way it is. But honestly, none of those people matter. It's about the guys playing on offense, and that's what I learned from it. Is just focusing on the guys and having fun. There's no point letting any type of outside noise really get to you.
How did it manifest itself? I mean, in terms of social media or other interaction with other people?
Yeah, I mean, at Notre Dame, you're going to hear it no matter what. Social media is a big one. You're going to hear the noise. You're going to hear what people are saying. It's just kind of like it just happens. Social media is obviously a big one, but.
Like people on campus, fellow students?
No, not there. But really, social media, and that means pretty much nothing. So, at the end of the day, it's about having fun with the 10 other guys on the offense and the whole entire team. During the game.
Will the guys give you a hard time? Were you tricked? I think she's on the turn.
Yeah. I don't know. They might. Jamir and I hit feet trying to give a little play action, so it happens. Yeah.
DK mentioned Thursday just about how the captains talked about how you wanted harder practice.
Right.
In the usual November let-up routine.
Right.
Could you, I guess, sort of expand on that? Why you guys want that? Whose idea is this? Like, why that works for you guys?
I mean, we talked as a group. All the captains did, and it's really just more. Yeah, last week, and it's just really more energy to feed off of. It's hard to win in November, and we want to win every single game in November. That's huge. So, we want the coaches pushing us. Don't want anybody to let up. We're still playing for a lot of good things here. So, but not just them. We wanted the guys to keep each other accountable. So leadership from all around the program is what we wanted. We wanted it to be at the highest it's been.
Is that one of those things where like you guys felt like you had to let the coaching staff know like they were going to be more inclined to taper off? Or?
I don't think we thought they were going to taper off at all. It was just more like reminding them, hey, let's, they want to win in November as much as we do. We're all one family, and it was like, all right, let's. It was really just a reminder meeting, like, hey, let's keep this up. You guys keep pushing us the right way, and we'll keep leading from our point.
One more question for you.
Ian Book, 18 of 32 for 181 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions, also 12 carries for 139 rushing yards. That's a career high for Book. Corey, what do you think Duke was trying to do defensively tonight, and what allowed the Irish to have over 400 yards of total offense against that scheme?
Well, they played a lot of man tonight, and I think one of our questions going into this game was, well, the whole right side of the offensive line has to be replaced. And I thought this was good to see some new looks, new wrinkles from the offense, and some new schemes.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights of Ian Book in this contest. The slant route was something used a lot tonight, including that touchdown reception by Chase Claypool.
It's a beautiful thing to see tonight. Some new wrinkles, some things that were different that weren't predictable.
The Irish had not used Book as a runner a whole lot lately. As a linebacker, now that you see Book starting to be a guy they're going to plan to hand the football up to, how does that change your thinking?
Well, now you're thinking more about covering him instead of covering receivers or tight ends, and that adds another wrinkle to your offense and something a little different for you to work with and scheme with.
Do you believe that loosened up the Irish offense?
I think it does. I think it's not all the pressure isn't on the running back to make the run plays. Now you add something where, well, the defense has to focus on Ian Book, and this opens up different plays.
So again, 4 touchdown passes for Book in the contest. The 4th was to George Takis, a nice leaping catch by the backup tight end. So the Irish in this contest ended up with 468 yards of total offense, 288 on the ground, and 181 through the air. Chase Claypool, another solid performance, 5 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. There was a little bit of a scare at one point, but a tough kid came back in the ball game.
My heart dropped, but it was great to see him back on the field. He is such the heart and soul of this Notre Dame offense. Like, he just always steps up and makes a big play when they need one.
And then there was Chris Fink, 5 catches for 49 yards, had the 2 touchdown receptions and the punt return in the second half. One of your veteran players, the captain, good to see him get back in the end zone. His last touchdown was against New Mexico.
Yeah, it was good for him to be active again today, get in the end zone, and also have a nice punt return today as well. So I think this is something that he can continue to build on these last few games of the season, and getting him active, getting him out, and getting him making plays.
Fink made a catch early on, and Book and Fink were in a pretty good rhythm in the first half as there was a 3rd down conversion as Book found Chris Fink, and then over the middle, Fink, not the biggest guy in the world, but carrying tacklers into the end zone for the first of his 2 touchdowns. And Fink doing a great job there. And you talked about the tight end kind of cleared out that area for Fink on that play.
Yes. And the linebacker does not adjust right here. And I'm happy he didn't because it's touchdown Irish. And
very accurate throw by Book, throwing to the outside for Fink for a touchdown.
They set Fink on motion here on this play, and they lined him up again inside, and he was able to get outside into the flat. And you, like you said before, you create a natural pick for him to get through the muck and create a mess for the defense to try to cover him.
So the Irish put together a very solid offensive performance. There are probably a few points left on the field, but you can't complain a whole lot when you win by a score of 38-7 on the road. And you know a win is a win on the road. It is tough to win anymore in college football on the road.
Especially this time of year. Everyone is a little banged up. So now that 4-3 is maybe a 4-5. That 4-7 is now a 4-9. So, there begins to be a little bit more parity, a little bit more people aren't as fresh as they were in the beginning of the season. So now's the time for gut check.
Fighting Irish now 7-2. They beat Duke 38-7. You're watching Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com.
Maxwell looking deep. In this moment, it It doesn't matter who you voted for, how much money you make, or where you were born. In this moment, the only thing that matters is football.
It's time to hear from Fighting Irish head coach Brian Kelly following Notre Dame's 38-7 victory over the Duke Blue Devils.
Well, we'll start with, anytime you go on the road and win against a Power 5 team in convincing fashion, you got to feel really good about your team and their preparation, their execution, and most importantly, in the month of November where you are as a program. So I'm really pleased for our kids, our staff. They did a really good job. But this game was won at the line of scrimmage and controlling the line of scrimmage. And our quarterback, Ian Book, deserves a lot of credit. Came out assertive, decisive would be the words that I would look towards, we utilized his ability to run against a team that runs a lot of cover one. So we felt like that would be an asset for him. It got him in the flow of the game, and I think those are the big takeaways for me. So with that, I'll let you guys hit me with the questions.
Since the Michigan game, which was an atypical performance for your defense, one touchdown allowed last week, one touchdown allowed this week, do you feel like they have hit their stride again? Yeah, they have been really good all season. We had one bad performance. We had a bad day, and certainly they rectified that with the way they've played the last couple of weeks. This defense has been a consistent performer all year. I think we clearly know that offensively we've had our starts and stops, but our defense has pretty much been there all year for us. Where did you think you could make inroads against their offense? I mean, David Cutcliffe's a very creative guy.
Yeah.
He had an extra week of preparation.
Yeah.
You might have thought that they might come out and sting you a little bit early on,
Yeah.
but that didn't happen.
Well, we broke it down, as a staff defensively, and we looked at different pieces of their offense that we needed to take away, and we took away a couple of things that we felt like were musts for us.
What was that specifically?
The tight end couldn't touch the football. We leveraged him inside and out. We were going to make sure that when the ball went on the perimeter, Owusu was in great leverage. So there were some things that they were really comfortable of doing that we made very difficult for them. No back was another thing. We were going to be extremely aggressive in no back. So I would just say that there were some things in the game plan that allowed us to utilize some of our athletic ability, and it just was at some leverage points in their offense where we had some really good players at.
Coach, it's probably hard to say without the film, but was that the best game your trio of linebackers have played together this year for you?
We were on our fits pretty good inside out. We probably didn't. We were on the tips of maybe one play in the third quarter where they hit an inside zone. Other than that, they fit the plays very well, and we leveraged the ball very well on the perimeter. We didn't get out of our back pedal very well on that one touchdown pass, but other than that, technically, we were pretty good. Alohi missed a backside B gap one time on a run that got out where he he tried to get involved a little bit too much. Other than that, they were on their fits. They were really good.
On the second touchdown, it looked like they brought a huge blitz against Ian. Is he particularly good in those situations, do you think?
They had shown an all-out blitz in that area, and we had dialed up the particular play. So we had probably 10 or 15 times during our blitz pickup on Tuesday and Wednesday had run the similar blitz with almost that same play. So he was in that same kind of situation where he had to backpedal and throw it hot. We hit the call and knew the blitz was kind of, if the blitz didn't come, he had a dig behind it because they were either going to be in bracket or zero.
You talked about the noise that Ian Book had to deal with. You think that he's taken that and taken advantage of the whatever lessons or positives can come out of that?
Yeah, I saw it in his practice Tuesday and Wednesday. Man, these guys practiced so hard on Tuesday and Wednesday. I was so impressed with them, and to a point where their numbers, and again, I use this sometimes in a manner that I should explain it a little bit better, but you know, we monitor their GPS player load numbers, and they were higher than preseason camp, and it was just, they worked so hard. And I told them, I said, listen, it may not show up on the scoreboard, but just keep working hard, because it will. You reap what you sow in this game. This game will treat you right. And they benefited from the way that they've been working. And Ian Book is that guy. He works so hard, and he will eventually benefit from all the work that he's put in.
Is this as good as he's been in terms of standing in the pocket, going through his progressions and stuff you've been looking for a while? This
was what we were expecting him to move towards, and sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. There are other things going on and other pressures that he's now flushed through and has experienced and gone through the worst of it, where I believe he's only going to get better at things that he can get better at.
Maybe this is making too much of one play, but the 26-yarder to Claypool against Virginia Tech, where he stood in there and ripped it, can that be something?
That helped big time, but I think in totality, the 35 plays in the last two series would be the net result. But that certainly was a huge play of him staying in the pocket. But I think it was the win. If we don't win that game, it was like, I remember that, but it still doesn't help me today because I'm getting blasted. We lost another one.
And Julian Okwara?
He is. We had an X-ray on him. We'll have more information on him probably tomorrow.
Do you know what the ankle?
Ankle.
Okay.
Yep.
Big day for Chris Fink. Almost a huge day for Chris Fink. The callback play was like he had the game ball.
He's the king of getting the punt returns back to the 10-yard line. That's what we told him. He gets to the 10. Awesome day for him. Another guy that has worked so hard. He was fast this week. He was hitting 20, 21 miles an hour on GPS. He has his legs. He feels good. The guys are, for November, I've had a lot of teams that at this time of the year are kind of limping to the finish line. This group is feeling pretty good about themselves. They're practicing hard. They're physically and mentally in a good spot. They're going to continue to play. I can't guarantee they're going to win the next 3 games, but they're going to play hard, and they'll play the game the right way.
Anything else?
Good. Thanks.
Welcome back to Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com. Corey Mays, Darren Pritchett with you. So the Irish pick up the road victory in Durham. Now they get set to come back home and take on the United States Naval Academy, triple option football. You went against this offense. What's going through your mind?
My shoulders are just shaking right now, thinking about the physical football game. This is one of the worst weeks of practice because this game has to be so focused. It's so assignment football. One little mistake and it's a touchdown. This ranked Navy team is coming in 7-1. And the Irish will have their hands full this week at home.
It's never easy against the midshipmen.
No, never.
Notre Dame is 7-2. They beat the Duke Blue Devils by a score of 38-7. Thanks for joining us on Inside Notre Dame Football, presented by TireRack.com.